Moraine crosses the line. And ooh,
Yeah.
he's just a couple of tenths off Marcos. Anyway, guys.
We're doing a backwards live stream.
Yeah,
We
Steve.
start at the end and end at the finish, end at the beginning.
Yeah. So guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome to another round of Gprl Season 4. As always, entertaining you on a Friday night. I'm here with Ryan.
you forget with. Oh,
Yeah, I was trying to.
Fine.
I was buffering. I was trying to get a name for you. I couldn't find a name.
But yes, I'm here once again. And looking at the weather, just quickly moving on to the qualifying because we're a bit late. It looks a bit cloudy, but Abu Dhabi isn't known for rain, so I shouldn't think that's a problem.
Well, it rained last year, so I wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, little sit rep of qualifying. Steve on pole, provisional pole, a couple of tenths clear of Marcos. Marcos's fastest lap, I believe. Oh, he went out and set one on the Hypersoft, went quicker on the Ultrasoft, and now he's just gone about half a tenth quicker than Steve on his Hypersoft tyres. So yeah, Marcos looking strong today.
Yeah, well, like we were discussing just before we started the live stream, the Hypersofts could be a very big liability considering they'll only go, well, if it's 50%, they might only go like 7 laps, 6 laps maybe.
At a stretch, yeah. Tide temperatures, obviously, always an issue around here. We watched Moraine through the final corner. His teammate did retire early on in the session for reasons that are unknown. Yano's back in the session. Welcome back, Yano. But Moraine backs out of that lap. And something that we should mention, as you can see on the little onboard, Moraine, his teammate Felix, I believe Sebastian newbie to Gprl, racing the Williams. 3 of them are repping the specially designed helmet for this race weekend in memory of the FIA race director Charlie Whiting, who sadly did pass away on Friday in Melbourne. Thoughts and condolences go out towards him, his family. Very sad loss, very sudden loss, taken too soon. Quite a shock that was, wasn't it, Ryan? Out of nowhere.
Yeah, I mean, I literally just woke up and had a quick skim through Instagram, and I kept seeing pictures of Charlie White, and I'm like, what is he? Is it his birthday? Is he gone on a photo shoot or something? But no, apparently not. Biggest surprise in the F1 community, because I mean, I think everyone hit Instagram right away and was like, what?
Yeah.
What, this can't be real? No way.
Yeah. I think one of the weirdest things is I was watching the drivers' conference the other day, and Sebastian said that, you know, they were walking the track that morning, and it's just a sign how quick things can change around. You got to respect every day. Tyler is in the session, by the way. That's nice of him to join. So we also have you guys joining. We're going to move on to a little bit more of a positive note, but yeah, Moraine and his teammate both running tribute helmets towards the FIA race director. He will be sadly missed. But moving on, Marcos looking strong. However, on the Hypersoft, Moraine has just gone out on the Hypersoft. It'll be interesting to see if he goes quicker for his final stint. Esteban, one thing to notice, his best lap is also on the Hypersofts. Moraine currently on the Ultrasofts. Usually cutting a couple of corners there is Moraine to try and get round to the finish line. Ooh, Max has gone on a little spin, and he's just spun it round. You'd think, I don't think he'll be able to set faster lap, so that's probably the best Max can do. Sebastian yet to set a representative lap time as he lets Moraine go through. Sebastian new to the series, racing in the Williams. Amar up in P8 in the Renault. Hugo racing the reserve for the Renault team. Yano had connection issues.
Esteban giving up on his lap there.
Oh, yep, that's him out.
He came around the final corner, but he went he went really wide at the last corner, so he just gave up on the lap. So looks like it'll be P4 for him. I don't know what did do his lap on the Hypersoft, I believe. So I think that'll be him for the time being. Yeah,
so Esteban starting on the Hypersoft. A strong qualifying so far from Esteban. The returning Yannick is up in P5. He's missed a couple of races as of recent, but he's back in and looking to score some good points. His current fast is like 1.5 seconds off the pace of Marcos on the Hypersoft. He's looking to go a little bit quicker on the Ultrasoft tyre. So, who's been your standout performer as we start to enter the final qualifying runs? Who's been your standout performer of the qualifying session so far, Ryan?
Well, I think it has to be Marcos. I mean, that was an absolutely rapid lap for him to be half a second ahead of Steve, who also went out in the hypers. It's a very good lap for him in qualifying, but obviously the race is a lot more important. So he does have good pace on a single lap, but it may or may not hinder him in the race. But it's all to play for. But I think that at the moment.
Oh, Moraine went off. I think Moraine's backed out. Sorry to cut you off there, Ryan, but Moraine's backed out of his lap. He won't be improving on P3, but in contrast to the top two, he is starting on the Ultrasoft tyre. So yeah, sorry to cut you off there, Ryan. Please do continue.
That's okay. But I was just looking at Marcos, and well, if he can carry this pace into the race, then he's definitely got a good shot. I believe Steve did go a little bit faster that lap because he's only 3/10 off of Marcos now. So I think this is where Marcos, well, he would ideally want a quick lap in, but obviously we'd said a few times before the Hypersoft could be a bit of a liability on this track. But if he gets a good enough getaway, then maybe we could be proven wrong. But we don't know yet.
Of course. Which you are now. Through the final sector. Yannick, sorry, I'm getting these two confused. Karen did jump up to P4. Good lap there from the McLaren driver. He's been on form. He joined us last week in the podcast, which should be up soon. One little edit to the podcast that we are making is going to be once every other week now. It's quite hard for me to juggle school and the podcast, so once every other week should help me space out a little bit more. But we will still have an end of season awards podcast. Where Yannick come through the final corner now. He's run to the line. It's P6. He can't improve. And I believe Marcos did improve. I'm not sure by how much?
I didn't catch it.
No, but I'm pretty sure he did improve, and it's pole for Marcos. And one thing I do have to apologise for is Tyler. If you're watching the live stream, I do apologise. I didn't check the live chat. I do now acknowledge that you are now in the session, so we should actually see, I believe 14 drivers, maybe 15 drivers actually, race in the race. So it's definitely up there.
14.
14. Thank you for the correction, there, Ryan.
Yeah, I'm looking in the corner of waiting for the drivers, and I'm seeing 14, including Tyler. So.
Yeah, welcome, good. Tyler. He had a good race last time in America, and we're looking to build on that. Today we're going to give you a quick rundown of the standings before we start. Moraine, obviously in the lead, running away with it. The current time is, well, on paper his main championship rival is Steve on 81 points, a whole 31 points, not 31 points, 51 points behind Moraine. So Moraine has a massive gap. He's got excess of 2 race wins over Steve, and Steve's going to have to do. You have to really try and pull it back, but you'd say Marcos would be looking into it. Marcos would be his main championship rival, you'd say.
Yeah, I would think so, because I think that Moraine and Marcos are so evenly matched that, yeah, it is pretty much a fight between them two, even if the standings don't quite show that. Yeah.
If we go on the formation lap now, we'll get a chance to have a look at the positions and the tyres everyone started on. Tyler and you guides. Tyler is in the Mercedes. He will score points for McLaren. You guides will score points for Toro Rosso. You can't choose your team when you come in late, which I think is ridiculous. But oh well. We've got a little bit of contact already between Sebastian, Amar and Max, so they're going to be sent back and waiting on the grid for a long time. But
I was going to point out another thing, as well as the teams. Another kind of annoying thing is if you join late, you don't get to choose a setup either, so you're at a huge disadvantage if you join in late. So could be a bit of a struggle for Tyler and you guys, considering they didn't do laps.
Ooh,
So
Max is out of the session.
yeah, a lot of people are out. Yannick got caught up in it as well, I think.
Now Max has left the session now, so we have to try and invite him back. He should be able to join.
Yeah, he'll be able to get back, and he's got plenty of time. He's got to wait for everyone to get round, so
Yeah,
if
so
he's quick, he'll get back in.
Marcos is 60 points behind Moraine in the standings, which is 3 race wins. Obviously, the point system we run in Gprl, 20 points for a win. It's not right to write Marcos off. You know, we know the pace of Marcos. He showed it in Silverstone. He showed it in Bahrain. Spectacular, coming from 17th on the grid, which is a GPR record, up to win. But it's quite a mountain to climb, you'd say, at this point.
Yeah, especially how our point system is a lot different to the normal system. I think for GPR it'll be even harder to gain those points up again because obviously the point gaps for in between the positions, it's a lot different. It's a lot closer together. So
yeah,
it'll be really difficult to get back those points.
But I don't think it's right to say never. Obviously, never say never.
Sure.
This is F1. Anything can happen in F1 esports. Correction there. Karim has also been on form. He's literally 12 points behind Marcos. So, you know, Karim's consistency proving him good. Qualified P4 did Karim. That's probably one of his best qualifyings in GPRL. Now we wait for everyone to join up to the back of the grid. Here's Tyler on board with him, and then we're just about ready to go racing for Season 4, round number 8 in Abu Dhabi. Look at the lights, look, but never stare. It's lights out and away we go. Marcos was pointing to the left a little bit there from the start, but he's got away very nicely. Esteban might try and challenge down the inside. He does. Esteban down the inside. He's going to force Steve and Moraine off the track, but Esteban nevertheless up into P2. There's a little bit of contact between the two of them, and there's nearly a little bit more contact. I'm not sure if Esteban has damage or not, but he's up into P3. There's yellow flags, as I believe going off is Felix. Amar down the inside. That was very aggressive. I believe Moraine has not had a good start.
Illegal.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see.
Because he went right over the curb for that. That was way too aggressive in my opinion.
Yeah, Felix down in P13, but now we watch the long drag race down the hill into the braking zone. Moraine down the inside. There's a little bit of contact between Yannick and Amar as Moraine is battling with Karen Moraine, planting the traction on the harder tyres and getting past the McLaren. Now it's Amar and Yannick. Yannick had a bit of a battle royale this time at this track last season. He's now going wheel to wheel with the Renault, and the Renault holds the position. Good battle there from Amar. Whether it was clean or not in the first sequence of corners, it's not sure, but nevertheless he's up into P4. I don't see any penalties awarded.
So Renault's round.
Hugo round. Hugo coming in reserve, not had much practice, thankfully stepping in, and he's struggling. Meanwhile, Tyler's made his way up into P11. Not a bad start for him. Sebastian, the new boy in the Williams, is in P10 holding on. Tyler has a 5-second stop and go penalty for corner cutting, gaining a place as Sebastian's really struggling now as we see Tyler on the back of him. What can Tyler do? Will he look around the outside? He's going to have a little look. Can he be later on the brakes? He's going to try and hold it round the outside. Can't quite make it work. He's going to have to stick behind for the time being, but the tyres of Tyler will start to benefit him as we get to the 6-7 lap mark. Meanwhile, we still have Yannick and Amar going at it. Moraine with a bit of a front row seat for these two. DRS not enabled yet. But Esteban isn't too far off Steve actually, and Esteban's looking quite quick in this opening stage of the race, you'd say.
Yeah, it was a very rapid start from him. I think that at turn 1, I think that I don't know if he could have done much there because he did get squeezed inside a little bit, and that would have maybe dragged him a bit wide. But I think that if we were going to come down to it, I think it would just be a racing instinct because it's turn 1. I mean, you can't really be too harsh because it's only the opening lap. As I think Amar's under pressure from Yannick now.
Yeah, these two still battling as Esteban seems to be falling off the pace from the top two. Yannick goes a little bit wide, so we could have a four-way battle now. Moraine will be desperate to make up places, but he's got to be patient. All the drivers ahead of him, except Amar, will be on the hyper soft tyre. Ooh, Amar's gone off.
Amar's...
There's nearly a bit of contact. There is contact. He's round.
No,
he's hit Jarno. He has hit Jarno. Jarno's off into the wall.
Oh no, I thought he crashed into Sebastian.
I think it is getting quite close between all of them. Felix making up places as he goes into the pit lane.
Disaster. Felix is in the pits as well. I think Felix got caught up in it as well.
Possibly, yeah, he must have. Yeah, new front wing for the Red Bull.
Oh, it's disaster for the three drivers. Oh, I think this is not exactly how Jarno and Felix planned their weekend.
Yeah, definitely not. Amar, he was having a good race before contact. Be interesting to see what happened there. I believe he just lost it himself, but that promotes Yannick up into P4. Moraine is up into P5, chasing down the Sauber driver. And then there's a small gap back to Karen, who's kept it clean at the start. Lost a couple of positions, but I don't think he'll complain too much. Ugaitz, who did join late, and he's not done a bad job
Tyler's made
for himself.
On Sebastian in the straight.
Tyler making overtake. Sebastian struggling so far, but he's going to have the cutback line. He will have DRS. Felix with a penalty. So I don't think we're going to get a last to first challenge again from Felix, but Sebastian in the DRS, I'm not sure if he's close enough to go for a move. He's not, and he's going to have to sit behind for the time being, but it's still points so far. Oh, there's a little bit of a moment. Oh, he's round.
Oh, he's round. Yep, that's the hype. So it looks like 3 laps are when the hypersofts go off.
Yeah, they're clearly starting to struggle. As Hugo's got himself into P9.
Well. Hugo went massively wide just after he got past Sebastian.
Moraine's now very close. As Marcos sets another fastest lap of the Grand Prix. Moraine's now very close.
Jarno trying to get past Amar. Oh, it's very close between the two of them. Felix gets past Jarno trying to get past Amar. I think Amar closed the door, but I don't know if he closed it a little too late or if it was perfectly fine. I didn't catch the beginning of it.
Okay.
But yeah, it's
quite a manic start to this Grand Prix as we watch Moraine repping the Charlie Whiting tribute. If you're just joining us, learning of the sad passing as Esteban goes very wide. The sad passing of Charlie Whiting, a couple of drivers paying tribute, both Red Bulls paying tribute to the late great Charlie Whiting. But it looks like Jarno, instead of defending, is actually going to attack, and it's the Toro Rosso who's going to attack. Yeah, Yannick, sorry. But yeah, Yannick down the inside.
Easy overtake. Should be easy. He should have a
Yeah, he's still there. Moraine's got to watch his front wing. This could get dirty between the three. And Yannick's got up into a podium position. Can Moraine now challenge Esteban, or will Esteban actually challenge Yannick? It doesn't look like Moraine has the most incredible one. It could be close. I don't think Moraine's going to go for it. Esteban back down the inside. Good move from Esteban, who had an incredible battle last time out with Tyler. He's managed to reclaim P3 and defending very well as Esteban. But you know, it's inevitable that Moraine will get past on his ultra soft tyres. It's just a question of when. Moraine looks to be taking it quite easy, albeit he is quite low on ERS. So yeah, this could get quite saucy. Meanwhile, Amar's very close to Sebastian. Yep. Amar in the Renault looking to pick up some of his first points of the season, I believe. Around the outside there's been contact. Esteban off. Esteban is off. I'm not quite sure what happened there. I can't see either of the cars have damage. So
who was he involved with?
He was between Yannick and Moraine, I believe. So that will be interesting to see. Thankfully, it is quite close to the pit entry. Sebastian has gone off at the triple right-hander. So Abu Dhabi clearly serving to be quite a struggle for the drivers. Esteban will be happy that it was quite close to the pit lane and not at the start of the lap. So not losing loads and loads of time there, as he can just pit straight away, new front wing for Esteban. He can get back on his way. Sebastian pits, struggling a lot on his tyres, and now we watch Moraine, championship leader. Can he make a move down the inside of Yannick? He can't. Yannick slow. He was very close between their front wings. Yannick bashes off the bollard and gets on his way again. DRS activated for Moraine, and it'll be interesting to see if he can get a move, even go for a move. And just to point out, he can't go for move, but just to point out, if these two come together, this will promote Karim into a podium position. I think Karim, you know, he got off from P4. I don't think he had the best start, dropped down to P6, but he's staying with these guys. And Karim, very impressive so far this season. You'd say his best season so far in Gprl. Yannick goes a little bit wide, Moraine not able to make a move, there's a little bit of contact there. And we think back to last year. Moraine and Steve had an almighty battle in the last bit. We're 3 wide now between Esteban, Felix and Yana. Esteban goes around the outside as there may be a little bit of contact. Felix trying to pick up on the scraps, the side by side with the Sauber. He was temporarily 3 wide. Esteban gets up into P10, Yano into P11, Felix down in P12. Felix not really making too much of an impact yet on the race as we go to his teammates, still stuck behind Yannick and Ryan. If anything happens between that little battle at the back, just let me know. But 6 laps into the race, we have no retirements as of yet, and Moraine is pressuring the Sauber of Yannick back on the power down the main straight. He's going to have DRS, he's going to have full engine mode activated, and it'll be interesting to see if Yannick can hold off challenge from Moraine for another lap. Will Moraine make an ambitious dive bomb? He's not. He's going to stick behind for the time being, but he gets very close. He's lopped off part of his front wing. Moraine has lost part of his front wing going through. He's touched the back of Yannick. Completely Moraine's fault that was. Just got late on the brakes, touched Yannick, and now Moraine's going to have to drive around a broken front wing for a period of time, and this puts Karim into the mix, just 1.4 seconds behind Moraine, and Moraine with the broken front wing. Will he have to pit to fix that damage? And that puts an absolute turns the race on its head, as Ugaitz has actually managed to carve his way up into P6 from P13 on the grid, so he's had a very good start, keeping it clean. Tyler from the back of the grid, he's halved his position up into P7. The 2 Renners, 8th and 9th, and then Esteban, who has stopped, up in P10. So, we can take a little bit of a breath now. Moraine, albeit with the front wing damage, closing up to Yannick. So Yannick clearly struggling on his tyres. What's the ideal strategy looking like for the Hypersoft runners today?
I think the Hypersofts, I think a 2-stop would probably be quick, as the Hypersofts will wear out quite quickly. I think maybe Hypers to 2 Ultras could work, or maybe Hyper and then Ultra and then Hyper.
I think something to notice is Steve is actually...
overtaken.
He must have made a mistake there because... yeah, Moraine was behind for the fast 2 corners, but this will give Yannick DRS. Whether he's close enough to attack, you can see his tyres have gone off quite a bit. Whether he's close enough to attack yet is a different question. Hugo is in the pits. I don't think he is close enough to attack Moraine, but looking at the gap at the front, it was down to 1.3 at one point. It sort of keeps going down to 1.3 and then rising back up, so Steve showing quite a bit of pace and maybe challenging Marcos, so Marcos will have to worry about the Ferrari behind him, as now we're on board with Yannick in the Sauber. Can he make a move? He's gaining on Moraine. He's not going to go for it. Thought he was going to go for it for a moment there. I think the Ultrasofts are very much going as... big save there from Yannick through the middle sector. And Ugaitz is actually closing on all of these guys ahead. So Ugaitz having a good race so far, and although he's in the Force India, points will be scored for the Toro Rosso. So Toro Rosso currently have both drivers in the points. That'll be a nice points haul. Once Hugo has made his stop, so once he gets back into effective position, he may be around the points. AMR running in the points with one more stop to make. It's looking not bad for Toro Rosso and Renault, you say?
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a solid points for the both of them, and that'll really help them, especially in that sort of bottom fight in the constructors, because we know that both the teams have been struggling a little bit, but it'll be good to get a good amount of points. Yannick got stop-go penalty for speeding in the pit lane, so I think Yannick's going to have to go for a 2-stop here.
Or it gets converted to a 15-second time penalty at the end of the race. Out of the pits goes Yannick. The very unique pit exit out into P7. Miles clear of Amar behind, but he's got a lot of clean air to Tyler ahead. So
I think Jarno and Esteban could be coming into a battle here on the straight, because they're pretty close going through the fast right-hander.
Yeah. Jarno on 2 lap older tyres than Esteban. He did go quite a bit wide over the bumpy section. Jarno running a new helmet for today. It seems as if Jarno is doing like something Sebastian Vettel. Oh, look there from Jarno. He debated it, but yeah, Jarno running yet again another helmet, doing a little bit of Sebastian Vettel from 2012, I believe it was, running so many different helmets. But yeah, Jarno will have DRS, well pointed out, Ryan.
Oh yeah, I think this will be an easy move for him.
Yeah,
He'll
it
be
looks
past Miles before the corner.
I'm pretty sure Esteban will have in mind that there is a second DRS zone. If he slows it down, back on the power quite nicely, he does have DRS again. So Esteban may be able to come back at the Sauber of Jan DRS activated now.
Be quite a lunge.
He's side by side with him into the braking zone.
Oh, that's... Yeah,
Esteban gets back through.
Dragged that a little bit wide, but he kept the position.
Yeah, you know, that's all that matters at the end of the day. Meanwhile, Ugaitz is closing up to Karim, who's on very old Ultra Softs. Ugaitz has had a very good race so far.
Whereabouts is he? Oh yeah,
P5.
Yeah, it's a
from
solid
13th.
race for him. He's catching up to Karim, so could be a P4 from him here, which would be a very solid result for him, considering I think that he hasn't had the best of luck recently.
Yep, Tyler with a 3-second time penalty. But Ian Tyler's also had a good race, dragging it up from last on the grid. So, you know, these two definitely very good, and we could have a possible nominee best. Well, no, I think best last place starter of the season would have to go to Marcos in Bahrain. But if we have a top 5, I think these two, if their races keep going this well, I think it definitely could be a possibility. As round 8, we are more than halfway through the season, and it's been a good season so far. This race hasn't disappointed so far, as we do have another 3-way battle materialising between the 3 of these guys. Karim on old Hypersofts, clearly struggling. Yeah, you guys using a lot of track limits there.
Jarno and Esteban are battling again.
They're battling again, yeah, so almost like a copy of last time. Jarno gets passed into the braking zone of turn 9, I believe it is. It might be turn 8 or something, I'm not sure. Esteban gets the DRS, and this time is forced to go around the outside. It'll be quite a move from Esteban if he can pull it off. And Esteban in the battles again. He's going to get forced very wide, but keeps his nose in. That's incredible racing between the two of them. They're still side by side. Jarno is down the inside. Esteban gets the switchback line and just about makes it work. They're side by side. There's nearly a little bit of contact, but Esteban keeps it ahead.
Yannick's round.
Is Yannick is, or was round. He's in the wall. Yep. And these two are still side by side. Esteban, he's had 2 incredible battles in 2 races with 2 different drivers, still side by side into the penultimate corner, pushing him
It's a
all the way wide.
Here.
It is.
Rival.
It is, and Jarno gets the move in such an incredible battle. But it looks like Esteban's going to come back down the inside. He goes. There's a little bit of contact, which is going to send Jarno wide. Esteban doing the manly thing. Very good from Esteban there. He did pull off and let Jarno go through after the contact. So good play from him. Meanwhile,
hello, I'm back. Can you give me a quick update of what's going on? I just had to speak to Eddie for a second.
That's alright. Okay, so we have the 2 back row boys battling. Tyler getting past Ugaitz. Ugaitz, let me just see, can he make a little lunge? He's going to look for it. He's down the inside. He's made that work somehow. He does get a 3-second time penalty for it. They're side by side through the middle section. They're still side by side. Some incredible battles here today in Abu Dhabi. You guys can't pick up the traction.
It's Tyler and Esteban, except they're not going against each other this time.
Yeah, serving up a bit of a cracker so far in their opening Gprl season. And Tyler is showing, I mean, you guys as well, showing good pace on those Ultra Softs. Meanwhile, Moraine is closing up. Marcos and Steve both in the pits. This time, Marcos's pit crew wake up and work. So both drivers out onto the super soft tyres. Although I believe Marcos is displayed as going on the Ultra Soft, a little glitch there. But yeah, Moraine inherits the lead of the race. And at this point, Ryan, what's the mindset for Moraine? What's his main goal? Oh, Ryan is out of the session. We've lost Ryan. I'll have to invite him back in just a moment. But Marcos round the outside of you guys. There's a little bit of contact there. I'm trying not to miss it. Not to miss anything, but we will get Ryan back in just a moment. The switchback line from Marcus, and on the fresh tyres, he's going to blitz past him. Right, I'm going to invite Ryan back, so just give me a moment. Right, welcome back, guys. We've got invited Ryan back. He'll be back in a moment. The two Mercedes are battling. You can imagine Marcos will go through without too much of problem. Hello, Ryan. Welcome back.
Hello, I have absolutely no clue what's happened there. I'm waiting to get back into the session though.
Right.
I'm not sure if it's where I'm probably gonna have to close down F1 and go back into.
Sebastian has retired from the session. I'm not quite sure what's happened. Sorry. Yeah, Ryan, if you can join through the party, that would be great. Marcos has got back out and is in P2. Steve struggling behind the Toro Rosso, well, the Force India of you guys. And Steve is passed with a little bit of a shove there to you guys, but Steve back up into P4. And he's blitzing on with an all-new helmet, which I do have to say looks very nice in the Ferrari. So, I think during all this battling, I think this does put Karim in an effective P. It's going to be close between him and Moraine if he keeps up this pace. Karim on fresh, super soft tyres. Ryan's back. Welcome back, Ryan.
Hello, yeah, it's just in the loading screen right now. I believe just before I had that problem, I think I saw one of the Renaults had spun round. I'm not entirely sure if that's correct or not, but I'm pretty sure I saw one of them facing the wrong way.
May have been Amor. I'm not sure. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for that, Ryan. But
whereabouts is Amor right now? Because if I know where he is, then I think he might have spun. 'Cause I think he was in like P8
yeah, he may have been running in P8 or P9. Meanwhile, with a yellow flag on track, I'm not sure what the issue is. Amor, yeah, Amor's struggling with his race, and he's gonna have to come in again. He did stop early, which does probably describe it. As we approach half race distance, just to give you a little bit of an update, the cut-off point for points is lap 21. So once the drivers complete 21 laps, they will be scoring points. So yeah, Marcos looks to have good pace on his super soft. Marcos is pretty much unchallenged today, unless Steve, who would have won the race without running out of fuel. Well, he did win the race after a penalty, but would have won it on track if it wasn't, as Moraine is in the pits, if it wasn't for him running out of fuel at the last corner. Hopefully his fuel management is a little bit better today. Tyler comes into the pits, follows Moraine. You guys goes on for one more lap, so you guys trying the overcut on Moraine. Marcos has got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. That drops him into the clutches of Steve. So I'm not
got a penalty as well.
Yeah, we do have quite a few penalties going off. But yeah, I said that Karim could jump Moraine. Karim has jumped Moraine. He's up into P4 and good performance.
Amar's crashed into the pit wall.
Has he? Oh, he has. Yeah.
Yeah, he
struggling
into the pits. He's just pinned it right into the wall.
Struggling is Amar.
Definitely.
And
Tyler's just out the pits just as Amar's coming in.
Yeah. So Tyler, as long as it all goes his way, pretty much he's looking good for points. And yeah, he's had another good race, and after the race last time, yeah, he's had a good race. I think that's all we can say. So far, very entertaining. I think the battle to catch up on, the battle for an effective P3 once you guys pits, is Karim and Moraine. Will Karim hold on? Esteban's got a 10-second time penalty for cutting corners.
Oh.
So he's been cutting.
Coincidentally, he's caught up to Jarno, so I think he was exploiting it a little bit there. Oh my word.
Quite possibly. Down the inside. That's a nice Esteban, good overtaker, but not good at keeping it between the white lines. Jarno picks up a 3-second time penalty. That goes back down the inside, forcing him off track. Really forcing him off track.
Yeah, I'm not sure how Jarno got the penalty beforehand, because I mean, well, Esteban must have cut the corner just before, so he would have had an advantage. So I think that a little bit illegal from Esteban, but I don't know how Jarno got a penalty from all of that.
Anyway, you guys in the pits now, be interested to see where he comes out in comparison to Tyler. The two of them started on the same tyres.
I think Esteban's off track, yeah.
Esteban?
I think he went off slightly.
Possibly. But yeah, here goes you guys onto the super soft tyres. Where does he come out in comparison to Tyler? Because Tyler...
I think he'll come out P9.
I think it will be just ahead of Tyler.
Hugo.
Or maybe Hugo, yeah. because you guys seem to made this work quite well. I
you
think
guys is behind.
Yeah, I
He's
think it's
gonna
behind
come
Hugo. It's going to be
side by
very
side with
close
Tyler.
between these two.
Oh.
No, it's not actually. Oh, Hugo's
red
off.
round.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what happened there.
I'm
But
pretty sure the Force India nearly got absolutely pulverized there.
quite possibly.
That
But
was
you
very
guys
close.
doing a good job to go one lap longer and jump the Mercedes.
Oh,
Meanwhile,
I think
Moraine,
Marine's taking Karen.
Moraine has got past Karen, but if Karen can get a good exit, he'll stand a chance with the DRS. DRS activated for Karen. Karen, notoriously a very clean race, so I don't think he will go for this dive bomb, but I don't think he'll be complaining with P4. Meanwhile, Yano, P5, he will have to stop one more time. So I think he's just going to try and push on, see what he can do, possibly go into the ultra soft at the end, as Esteban got very sideways.
Oh, Amar's quite a bit behind, I've just realised.
Yeah, he obviously made the pit stop. Yeah, so that will be interesting to see if he can filter into the race and do anything. Meanwhile, Hugo, who had no practice and jumped in as a reserve, actually is in P10, scoring a point. I think that'll be quite an achievement for Hugo Yuta.
Yeah, it'll be very good, especially with the amount of practice. Well, with the little practice he's done, that'll be a solid result to at least come away with something.
Yeah, I think Tyler and you guys both coming in just before the session. I think good job from the two of them to get as far as they have in the race. It's P8 and P9 at the moment, but once everyone pits, as Hugo goes into the pits for his final stop of the day, once everyone pits, I believe everyone has made their pit stops, but these two on fresh tyres may make an impact. You guys are only 3 seconds behind Felix, so we might see a battle between these two and the Red Bull. Meanwhile, Felix, obviously in his, I say obviously, we have mentioned it before, Charlie Whiting tribute. In Revelation, is that the right thing to say? In commemoration, that's it.
Commemoration.
In commemoration of the late great.
That sounds
Yeah,
bad.
yeah, it does actually. I apologise for that, but in commemoration of the late great Charlie Whiting, who passed away unfortunately yesterday in Melbourne. Was it today? I'm not sure how the time zones work. I think it would have been yesterday in Melbourne.
Yeah, it would have been yesterday.
Yeah, so obviously such a shame. Anyway, back to the race. Karim's dropping off Moraine. Moraine has good pace on his new super softs. I don't know if it will be enough though to get in between Steve and Marcos. Will be interesting to watch that gap though, with 2 lap fresher tyres on that Red Bull. Meanwhile, looking at the points haul in terms of teams, I think it's looking positive for Sauber with a driver in P5, albeit with one more stop to make. He should filter out around P9, P10, around his teammate, on who is on fresher tyres and not too far behind, well, 10 seconds off. So maybe it's not looking incredible for Sauber. Maybe I did overestimate that a little bit. We got a yellow flag. I believe it was Esteban. I think Esteban's starting to really struggle on his tyres, and wouldn't be surprised if we see him come in. Coming again. Oh, yeah, Esteban has front wing damage, you can see there. And this is Felix badging up on him. Meanwhile, Ugaitz is close to within 1.5 seconds of the Red Bull. And yeah, Tyler's keeping a 2 to 2.5 second gap to the Red Bull. So, to Ugaitz, sorry. So, if Felix gets held up here, it could see quite an interesting battle materialise.
Yeah, I think Felix is going to make a move here. If he knows Esteban is damaged, I think he'll go for a bit of a lunge. There's another yellow flag, or it's Hugo's round.
You see Felix getting very close to Esteban, unfortunately just not able to make a move. And you guys will be sitting there being very thankful, watching Felix should not be able to get past this. Could get close between the two of them. The contact Felix is round.
Oh, massive crash
into
Felix
the wall.
there.
And Tyler's been collected. He's hit him. So Tyler has damage. Felix has damage. They're both going to have to pit again. Esteban is probably going to have a penalty coming his way.
Past, no problem.
Well, we'll have to see. Yeah, you guys up into P6. He's done a good job. And Esteban into the pits, so we'll be interesting to see.
I think I think what happened there was I think Esteban just cut on to Felix's line, and then, well, sad for Tyler because Tyler was doing really well. He was set for a good point finish, but looks like that's kind of been taken away from him slightly. But he could still make a bit of a comeback here.
Yeah, and all of this is going to promote Yannick to P7, and actually gives Jarno a good window of opportunity for a pit stop. So these guys are all going to come out close together. I think Felix will get out behind.
I think Tyler jumped both of the Red
yeah,
Bull
he
and
has.
the Toro Rosso, so Tyler's being gifted in the pit stop up yellow flag sector 3.
In all of that, Tyler's gained a position. So
So win-win.
yeah,
It was the whole plan. It was the whole plan all along.
of course. But yeah, all these on equal tyres. It's only 20 seconds actually to Yannick. I think that's too big of a gap to close.
Hugo's letting Marcos pass. Yeah, Hugo's the first car to be lapped, I believe. Well, not including Max.
Oh yeah. Well, Max left the session.
First one. And Amar will be the next car to get lapped, but Marcos is quite a bit away, to be honest. He's just coming up to the chicane. Oh, Hugo's round. Hugo's had a huge spin on the right hand.
Okay, well, we're just side by side between Tyler and Esteban. Esteban goes off track. And Esteban has DRS. Felix has got a bit of a front row seat of this one. And yeah, Esteban's quite clear ahead. Yeah, Felix might go for a move. He doesn't actually go for a move, as Hugo's just letting a couple of the drivers through. Yeah. Hopefully there's no issues caused with that.
Hugo lost quite a lot of time there, because at the fast right-hander he just got so much oversteer and just went straight into the wall. He was lucky to keep on going though, because he can still score points. He's still
Esteban's gone wide. Esteban's gone wide, which hands the place.
And Felix is going around the outside.
He's looking. He gives up on it there. Felix had a little battle. Came off worse this time last lap with Esteban. So thinks better of it. But yeah, Esteban's still looking quite dangerous and may have a go on Tyler in a couple of laps. Meanwhile, the gap at the front has extended out to 5 seconds. Look like Marcos, unless nothing bad goes his way, has this race in the bag. Moraine doesn't look like he's going to be able to close up.
The yellow flag is Hugo, by the way. He's just letting Jarno and Karen past.
Okay, but we might have a three-way battle here onto the final straight.
I think it'll be 3 wide.
I think we may see a 3-wide battle onto the main straight.
Because Felix is going to get the double toe, so he's going to have... He's going to be the quickest on the straight. Because he's going to have a lot more slipstream.
Yeah, Esteban is quite far back from Tyler, so I think we're going to have to save it for the next straight. Esteban goes a little bit deep. I thought he was going to have a look up the inside then. It looked as if he was. But no, thinking better of it. And yeah, definitely a lot closer now. And
Esteban's gaining, yeah.
Esteban, he finds the room down the inside. Risky, but beautiful.
Felix went wide.
Felix, yeah, quite wide. You guys is out the session. These two side by side.
Oh, no.
There's nearly contact. There is contact. No damage though, thankfully. And Esteban up into P9. Tyler P9. Felix still in P10, struggling to overtake right here at Abu Dhabi. Not the easiest place, not the hardest. It's not Monaco. But yeah, I'm sure Felix will be a little bit frustrated now. And you know, because his pace is better than the two of these. But I'm just waiting to see if Jarno pits again, because he's got 20 seconds behind him. He's got a good window with all these battling.
I think Jarno would have to go for it, because if you remember, Ugates has left the session, so his car will be much slower. So he will come out ahead. Oh, Esteban and Moraine getting a penalty exactly the same time.
Right. So yeah, that is a shame for you guys out the session.
I think Jarno should come in, because the gap to Ugates, well, that's basically the gap to Yannick now, because he's left the session. So, although Yannick has gone really wide into the chicane, so yeah, I think he lost a little bit of time there. I think this is when Jarno needs to come in. 24 seconds, so he's got a few seconds ahead of his teammate, and he'll be on fresher tyres. I think he's got to do it now.
Ugates is back.
Joined,
that's
so
good news.
Taking control of his car.
Anyway, we have Tyler and Esteban back out again. Can you remember these guys from last time out? They always find a way to battle each other. Tyler round the outside. He's going to try into the right-hander. Esteban tries to keep a nose up the inside. Can't make it work. He can't make round the outside work, and Felix is dropping back at you. But there's still how Esteban has found the room to get the inside there.
Oh,
There's
Esteban,
contact between the two.
Felix has gone past easily.
That was going to happen eventually, and this brings Amar into the battle actually, just 1.4 seconds off. So we might see Amar grab some points in the Renault. So yeah, what a turn of fortune this could be. Felix with a 3-second time penalty. But yeah, Ugaitz does need to retake control of his car. He's out the session, so he's left the session
so
again.
I don't think he can take control of his car. I think that's what happened.
Quite
He
possibly.
wasn't able to.
But yeah, Moraine is closing in on Steve. 8 laps to go, and Marcos is just about to start his point confirmation lap. Esteban is closing on Felix, and you start to question if Felix has a little bit of front wing damage from the contact. There was only slight contact, maybe it's not visible front wing damage. But front
Felix
wing
got a
damage
massive
nonetheless.
oversteer there, so he's struggling.
Yeah, it looks like Esteban does have a little bit more confidence on throttle. Tyler has dropped off a little bit, 1.2 seconds. I don't think he's got DRS. Whereas Esteban does have DRS, and he'll have DRS again for the second straight. He had a very nice turn, 8 and 9, 9 and 10, I'm not quite sure the sequence of those corners. But yeah, Yano is in the pits, so taking our advice into the pits he goes. Those tyres look absolutely knackered. So he's going to come into the pits, strap on a set of presumably ultra softs, maybe hyper softs if he wants to be aggressive, and go to the end. It is hyper softs for the Sauber. It's looking good so far for the Sauber. It's looking good. 5 and 6.
It'll be a solid point haul. I think they might even overtake Ferrari in the constructors with a result like that.
I think might be quite close between the two of them. It is close already. Ooh, Felix is round. Doing a Pierre Gasly from 2017. He spun round, and clearly struggling with the rears. That promotes Amar to P10, and this is getting quite crazy down at the back end of the points. Meanwhile, you guys dropping back. That's Tyler up into P8. So yeah, I don't think Tyler. I think he may have a little bit of front wing damage. He will get past Esteban on penalties though, as Esteban has a lot of penalties. Felix is really struggling now with the rears, and I think that's going to be all she wrote today for the Red Bull. I doubt he's gonna go on.
I've just realised this is the longest amount of time we haven't talked about Marcos. 8 seconds ahead. I think it's going to be because he's still gaining on Steve, so I think it could be a comfortable win for Marcos here.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got plenty of ERS to spare. I don't think he's pushing fully on those ultra super softs. So yeah, there's 20 seconds actually currently as Amar gets past. You guys, such a shame for you guys because he was having such a good race, but unfortunately not to be. But yeah, there's 19.5 seconds between Jarno on fresh super softs, hyper softs, and Karim on 12 lap old and relatively worn super softs. So Jarno's closed up a second and a half through the first sector. Oh, Esteban's out the session, so everyone's leaving currently. Right, so that's going to promote Tyler to P7, give him a best of the rest spot again. Not again, because I believe he finished behind Karim last time.
Yellow flag sector.
That's Felix again.
again.
Felix is really struggling. I was going to promote you guys. And I believe, is that going to be Felix saying, "C'est la vie"? No, it's not. Right. So, over the course of the half a lap, Jarno's gained 3 seconds. In the remaining 6 laps, is 16 seconds too much to close for Jarno?
Yeah, I would definitely think so. Because
you think so?
For Jarno to catch up, I think he's got to be doing qualifying laps or times every lap to try and, if he was going to catch up.
saying that, apologies, me drinking my drink. Yana has literally closed 6 seconds that lap. So Yana looking furious on those tyres. 36.4, I think race pace. That's a very good lap from the Sauber driver. So you know, I wouldn't be interested to see if he can challenge. Obviously his tyres will be going off. He will have to keep that in mind. And Amar's got up into P8. He's had a good race, Amar, considering the accident at the start he had. Yeah, ooh, Hugo goes off. Hugo's off into the wall. That's a massive crash. Will that trigger a safety car? Turn 3. Turn 4? I believe turn 4.
Oh yeah, I see his car on the side of the track now.
I think that should trigger. If it was Michael, I would be calling out a safety car. That was a massive crash for Hugo.
Because there's only like 5-6 laps to go. I think they're not gonna do it.
Yeah, unfortunately.
That's a common occurrence with F1. The safety car, they just, if there's like a few laps left and a big crash happens, they just go, no, there's no point, just keep on going.
I've just had a message off
Moraine
Sebastian.
having a bit of trouble. Oh, Moraine had a little bit sideways moment going down the right-hander, so it was a very good save from him. Oh, yeah, Moraine's starting to struggle a little bit. If he falls into the curse of some of the other drivers, Karam could get a podium here. Oh, actually,
yeah, no, another fastest lap.
What I said before,
10 seconds he's closed in 2 laps. So Yano is on a charge.
Maybe I shouldn't have put any. I was lucky I didn't put any money on that.
Yeah, yeah. So I think that would be quite an incredible couple of laps to close 20 seconds. So yeah, I had a message from Sebastian saying he wasn't confident on the tyres, saying that they were wearing too much, and that's a common occurrence. And next race, where are we next time? Take your guesses.
I don't have the calendar up, so I have no clue.
We are in Italy. So, slipstream me up.
Yeah.
And it looks as if Yano's charge is starting to slow down a little bit now. But he's still gaining nevertheless, and he's actually looking very confident on this tyre, so I take that back. You closed half a second through, the course of 5 corners. So I take that back. Apologies to you, Yano. And it would be great to see him get past Karim, purely for the comeback. For the comeback reasons. And currently, as we mentioned earlier, it's looking like a good points haul for Sauber currently. McLaren looking at another good points haul with Karim in P4 and Tyler in P7. Tyler currently racing in the Mercedes, but as he joined late, he couldn't select a car, and his points will be scored for McLaren. Yes, okay, I got that one right. Oh, Felix is off the track, letting Moraine through. No harm done there. So, couple of laps left. Yano is breaking the 4-second mark between himself and Karen. This will be quite incredible. This is a yellow flag.
Sector 3, Amar's round.
Is it Amar?
Yeah, Amar's lost it.
Oh, yes. He does have quite a sizable gap behind there to Esteban, who is out of the session. So I don't think he's going to have too much struggle coming into the pits, and he will maintain his position. So that's not too much of a problem. Anyway, 4 seconds between Yano and Karim. You can sense that Yano's charge is slowing down, but yeah, he's still gaining. And it'd be interesting to see if he does go for it. So, 3-second time penalty.
Amar's taking it. Oh, I think Amart. Oh yeah, Amart fixes front wing, so yeah,
right.
He
will get passed by Esteban.
Esteban's got passed.
But he.
That's what.
I Felix
think so.
Get passed
yeah,
also.
Felix will get passed, I'm pretty sure.
But Amar on the fresh Ultra Softs may well get back past Felix. You think they both get past Esteban? There goes Moraine past Esteban. I think his teammate Felix. Ooh, he's round. Felix is round.
Oh.
Really struggled today as Felix. Really struggled with the rear tyres. But it's just 2 seconds between Yana and Karim now. Yana's been on an absolute charge, and that number is not slowing down. 1.7 after the first 3 corners. This is something quite incredible witnessing from Yana. And I believe he will actually sneak inside DRS. He will. Look how close he is to that McLaren.
Oh my word. 20 seconds, and in the space of like 4 or 5 laps, he's actually managed to make up 20 seconds.
Obviously the extra stop proving good. Amar back past Esteban with the 3 seconds
outside of Karim here.
Oh, has he got past him?
Oh,
he
what
has
a
got
move
past him. Good move there from Yana. Good move. Using all the extra grip he has in the world, but Karim will have a run back on him. DRS activated as we run down to this part. Karim goes down the inside, braking late, gets it slowed down. No, he doesn't. There's nearly a bit of contact between the two of them. Karim taking the smart option, slowing the car down, making no contact. Good job there, Karim. Notoriously a clean racer is Karim in Gprl, and yeah, I don't think he'll be too disappointed with P5. It's a good race from.
Yeah, that little battle just shows you just the sense of grip difference in both the cars. You can see Jarno was so confident on the brake pedal that he was able to sort of nurse it round the corner and try and force Karim into a little mistake, because he knew that Karim was on old super soft, so he was kind of doing a little dummy there, I think.
Yeah, I think one thing to mention, if Steve has 3 seconds more worth of penalties than Moraine does, Moraine might actually get past Steve into P2. Because the gap currently 3.3 seconds.
I'm not sure if Steve's got any penalties though.
I think he does have at least one. Meanwhile, Amar on the Ultrasoft is making a move, unlapping himself from Moraine. This could get saucy. You'd hope not, as it does look like the grit difference is proving to be here in Abu Dhabi. So if Amar can go and chase after Steve and cause a little bit of a problem, then it could be quite controversial. But if we think back to last year, Moraine and Steve had a battle on the last lap, ended up in a collision after Moraine went off track. He was handed a time penalty for that. So Marcos starts the final lap of the Grand Prix. He's been an absolute world of his own today, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has. He's kept that 8-second gap pretty consistent to second place. So yeah, it's well, you could say it's a comeback race, considering he's had a little bit trouble in the recent races.
Moraine's off! Moraine's out of the race! He's not.
Off.
So, right,
Moraine
where does
off,
this put Yana? Moraine has lobbed off half his front wing. Moraine pushing a little bit too hard. That's going to confirm Steve in P3. Yana is now the one with the big question mark. He is miles behind.
He's literally just crossed the line, so
yeah, he is.
Moraine will keep P3 at the moment.
Moraine is lucky to still be in the race.
But, Yana is terrible. He does have a advantage in terms that he's hardly got any front wing there, so he's going to be really, really slow. And he's kind of got it at a bad time as well, because he's going to lose so much time just trying to make his way around the corners. I think he'll be able to hold on though. He's got 19 seconds.
Yeah, I think if it was 2 laps, I think maybe he would be in danger. But just the 1 lap to go. But I saw Steve closing up to the back of Amar.
Oh, yellow flags
got a little bit concerned.
Yannick's round.
Here's Marcos.
Fast right-hander.
Through the final corner, he's dominated today. And he wins the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Great race from Marcos. He crosses the lights through the fireworks. And Steve, who had a good race, good qualifying, started where he finished where he started. Don't think he'll be complaining too much. Moraine nurses that damaged Red Bull through to round off the podium. P3, not a bad race from Moraine. Not an incredible race. Very average. But he does keep the lead in the driver's standing, and that is all he will care about. Jarno, very fun race to watch him close up 20 seconds to Karim in the last couple of laps. And he earns P4. Here's Karim, another P5. He just seems to like getting P5s.
I was
through
gonna
the
say you
final
should just
corner.
change his number, his race number to number 5.
Yeah, maybe we might have to. We can't because of Vettel, but yeah, we can pretend.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
actually, we might have a little last lap battle yet again here in Abu Dhabi, as Tyler is right on the back of Yannick. Yannick looks to be struggling. Yannick goes deep
Oh, Yannick.
into the right-hander, and yeah, Yannick lost the position there to Tyler. And unless Tyler has quite a couple of time penalties, I think that's P6 for Tyler. So good job from Tyler. That's a 5-6 again for McLaren. So very good points all for them as Yannick goes off track. He does have damage. So yeah, great job there from Tyler to cross the line in P6. Yannick goes off across the line to round off the race, and that was a fun Grand Prix, that wasn't it, Ryan?
Yeah, it was very exciting. Obviously, towards the front of the grid, it was a little bit. It was kind of like a normal Grand Prix where the top few teams just run away with it. But yeah, it was a very good midfield slash bottom end of the grid battle. Yeah.
It was. Marco's back on the top step of the podium since Japan. Return to
I think it
form.
was Japan.
Yeah, first run. Nice return to form for Marcos. Great to see him back up there. And be interesting to see if he can close the gap to Moraine in the drivers' standings. Anyway, Ryan, just give us a quick race rundown.
Well, I think for the top 3, they definitely run away with it this time. They didn't go up or down any positions either, so that was really interesting. Jarno had an incredible race, considering he started in 12th place. It was a very good finish for him, and especially that late sort of pit stop really did help him out in the end there. To finish just ahead of Karim, who's got another very good result for the McLaren, as well as Tyler. I think Yannick, he probably would have hoped for a little bit better today. I think that he just struggled a little bit today. Amar scoring points, he's in P8, so he's finally got some points on the board, or I think he might have scored points before, I'm not sure.
I will check that for you, I'm not sure. But you guys did end up scoring a point. So that would be something nice for him to take away today. We've got Yana, who is asking to join about the race. Yeah, we'll let Yana if we yeah.
Should open back up. So
Will you be back, Ryan?
Yeah, I'll be back. You can send me an invite to the session, but don't start till I come back.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to head off. I'll stay in the party, but I'll just head off.
Alright, so thank you guys for watching this video. Another race. Another fun race in Season 4. Round 8 of the Championship is done. Next week we go to Round 9, which is Italy. And yeah, it should be a fun race. Slipstream galore it is in Italy. And yeah, hope you can join us here. Hope you have enjoyed this video, this live stream. And yeah, I'll catch you guys next time. Bye bye.